Hello, ladies. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are doing well. I am so excited to have you here with me to chat about the Legacy Mastermind today. I wanted to do this Q&A just to kind of talk to the people who wanted to hear about the Legacy Mastermind, right? I know a lot of times on our mailing list and our Facebook group, not everybody is interested in the specific thing that you're talking about. So I wanted to do this kind of just to talk to the audience who is interested in learning more, okay? So I'm excited that you guys are here. Feel free in the comments to say hey, so I can say hey back to you. And let's go ahead and get started. As you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I will gladly answer them as we go along, okay? I want this to just be kind of a chat. I want it to be a casual Q&A where I can tell you about the Legacy Mastermind, tell you exactly what you get with it, and chat with you about the Legacy Framework. This is my signature kind of framework I've come up with to help you create your first six-figure year, which I'm super pumped about, okay? So let me actually pull up my notes to make sure that I stay on track and don't ramble, because we all know that's what I do sometimes. All right, so I first want to open this up by saying there is no time like the present. I hear women say all the time, I'll do this when, I'll do that when, and they qualify their success. And that language, that mindset, and that action, that will result in failure over and over and over again. I should actually say that inaction will result in failure over and over and over again. And I would argue that the entrepreneurs who have that type of mentality, that's the 80% that fail within the first year, right? We always hear that statistic, that 80% of businesses fail in the first year, right? Crazy. So now the 20% that don't fail and they hang out after the first year, they do three things that set themselves up for success, right? Number one, they get a mentor. They find someone who's farther along than them and that can show them the way, can offer them insight, and can challenge them. Number two, they're surrounded by a community of like-minded entrepreneurs or like-minded people who, again, challenge them. See a theme? Challenging. But, they're surrounded by people who inspire them, who motivate them, who are doing things maybe differently than they are, and they can learn from them, who are big thinkers, right? Big thinkers, have big dreams, have big goals, have big ambitions, want to do big things in the world. And that sort of bigness, right? That type of environment really changes you and challenges you and forces you to go in a bigger direction, which is what you want, right? And then the third thing they do is they automate large portions of their business. Here's the deal. You cannot constantly be working in your business. You need to be working on your business. See the difference there? Your business should run on autopilot without you. There should be a large portion of your business that runs without you. It needs to be a money-making machine that gets you strategic, consistent, and predictable income. It should be the easiest thing to scale in your business, is this part of your business that is automated. And so if you do not have that, you will not be able to scale your business quickly, or maybe ever, right? If you're constantly doing active work, which is fine, like we all have it, we all love it, but let's be honest, there's only so many hours in the day and there's only so much money you can charge for that. You're going to be capped. So the only way to scale your business with doing active work is work more or increase your rates. And there's going to become a point where you can't increase anymore, and there's going to come a point where you cannot work anymore. And so you're going to be capped eventually. No matter what you do, you're going to be capped. So you need to automate a large portion of your business, okay? So one of the things that I love about online entrepreneurship is the ability for us to accommodate our families. We can build businesses around them, and I work with mom entrepreneurs specifically for this reason. We all have a life outside of our business, and that's usually a whole heck of a lot more complicated than our actual business, and it's messy, and it's amazing, and it's the best thing ever, and it's also the hardest thing ever. And so I work with women who are similar in that because we get it, right? We understand what each one of us is going through. We've all done it. We've all experienced it. And I think it's important to surround yourself with people who actually totally understand what you're doing. They get it. They've been there. So like, for example, later today, I'm going to be reading to Camden's class at his school. His teacher called me last night and asked me if I could fill in for someone who was sick. And I didn't hesitate to say yes, because I can do that, right? I've created a business that allows me to do that. And so have you, or you can too, if you haven't done that yet. But you can too. You can have a business that fits in around your life and is flexible and still makes you a ton of money so that you can make an impact. Money is great, but I strongly believe that yes, you need to pay your bills. Yes, you need to go on a vacation every now and then. Yes, if you want to buy a beach house, that's great. Yes, you need all those things. But also, like, more money means you can make a bigger impact. You can give to foundations that you feel so strongly about. And you can make such a huge impact on the world, and you can truly leave a legacy. So one of the reasons why I am so passionate about working with mom entrepreneurs is because I was laid off at 6 months pregnant from what I thought was my dream job. I'd gone to college for 7 years. I obtained a terminal degree in painting. I did all the right things. And I was, I set myself up for success. I was teaching at the college level. I taught a variety of art classes, painting, printmaking, drawing, design. And after 10 years of doing that and doing all the right things and following the rules and checking all the boxes, I was laid off. And all of that was taken away from me in the blink of an eye. And I was 6 months pregnant and I was totally lost. So much of my identity was wrapped up in that teaching position. And quite honestly, it scared me. It scared me really badly. So thank God for this. I had a super hobby status personal training business. I know that seems really weird. Like what? But I was always an active person. I was on a full ride for pole vaulting for college, oddly enough, right? I'd been a gymnast from the age of 3 until about 14. I ran track from about 3rd grade until I was 21 in college. And so that had always been like a side passion of mine. And so when I was laid off, I was like, all right, here we go. We're going to take this thing and we're going to make it full time. I wallowed for about a week, which I was fine with. But then, I picked myself up and I said, you know what? You're going to make it happen. And you're going to make it happen because you're freaking pregnant and you have to make it happen. Like, this is your do or die moment, Allison. And so in the 3 months before Camden was born, he's now 5, I was able to bring that part-time business to full-time. And it was scary and it was hard, but it was worth it because I did it. And I replaced my 9-to-5 income in that time. And so that was my entrepreneurial journey. Unfortunately, I was thrust into it. I much rather would have had a nice exit plan. But that's my story. That's how I got started. So now, about 5 businesses later, I am now doing business strategy coaching, simply because I feel like all of the businesses I have had have led to this moment. I feel like every single one of them has been vastly different. I've been in network marketing, product-based businesses, service-based businesses, hybrid businesses, in-person and online businesses. And all of those things have informed where I am now. And so that's why I feel comfortable launching a mastermind. That's why I feel comfortable saying I will get you results, because I've done it for myself and I've done it for my previous one-on-one clients, and I can do it for you. So let's dive into the actual mastermind. So what is a mastermind? I get this question all the time. A mastermind, this is a broad definition, but it's a group of people who have similar goals they get together to strategize, collaborate, and support one another in growing their business. Pretty simple, right? And it's my goal to be the facilitator. Okay. So not only is it my goal to coach you, it's my goal to hold you accountable. It's my goal to connect you with one another. And it's my goal to facilitate a community that actually builds one another up. Okay, instead of tears us down. That is my zone of genius, is the group building, the community building. I love getting to know people. I love getting to know their expertise. And so that's why I've transitioned everything over into this mastermind style format. So now the Legacy Mastermind specifically is for female entrepreneurs who want to grow a 6-figure business in 2019. No matter how far away from that you may be or you may feel, they have big goals and they aren't afraid to go after them. Okay. So the thing that I love about the women that I work with through the Legacy Mastermind is that they are all really diverse. So in the current Legacy Mastermind, I have a fertility specialist who's also a physician's assistant who wants to educate women about alternatives to medical birth control. Pretty cool, right? I have a homeschooling mentor. I have a personal trainer and a nutritionist who wants to help those with autoimmune diseases eat for their specific needs to reduce their flare-ups. Right? I have a subscription box owner and a social media strategist, and I have a virtual assistant who is in the process of transitioning her business over to a systems strategist, all very diverse, right? but they're all very heart-centered, and they're all on the journey to having and creating 6 figures. Okay. Let me just check the chat, make sure you guys have no questions. Okay, cool. So you've probably heard me talk about why I'm no longer working with one-on-one clients. And it's true. I'm no longer working one-on-one with clients. This is the only way to work actively with me in 2019. One-on-one coaching has been my most profitable part of my business. And so earlier this year, I shut the entire thing down. And you may be thinking that makes no sense, Allison, but here's why, okay? I think that one-on-one coaching is actually a thing of the past. I don't think we need it anymore. I don't think it has a place in the online space anymore. It doesn't facilitate you finding your people. I strongly, strongly, strongly believe that we are meant to work in community with others. I think that if you are working alone in your basement, which is where I am, at your kitchen table, or in the evenings after your kids go to bed, and you're not finding your people, it's not acceptable. It's not going to help you. So you'll find that when you're working alongside of other people, you learn things about your business that you would have never learned if you would have never met them. I can say for myself in my own mastermind this year that I would have never have dove into the world of Pinterest to market my business if it was not for one of my mastermind sisters. That's what she does, is Pinterest strategy. Now, because of her, I get at least 10 new opt-ins to my email list because of Pinterest every single day. Granted, that's not a huge number. It's $300 a month. It's free, right? Okay, it's $15 for Tailwind, which is the app that pushes it. But like, right, that's kind of phenomenal. On Facebook ads, you would spend like maybe $900 for that, or maybe even $1,000. Awesome. So because of my mastermind sister, I now have that result, and that's awesome. So you guys may experience the same thing. You may have let's say you're a photographer and you're like working with, maybe there's someone in the mastermind who is a virtual assistant and does a podcast. And so she's telling you about the podcast, and she's talking about the podcast, and you're like, oh, that sounds interesting. Maybe I should consider a podcast, right? So like, what will that do for you? What will that facilitate? What change will that facilitate? You're going to find things and you're going to learn things that you would never have learned without finding your people, that you would never learn in one-on-one coaching. Okay. So another thing that's quite awesome about a mastermind over one-on-one coaching is that I always answer all of my clients' questions. If I don't know the answer, I will find the answer. But even if I have an answer, this is the thing, this is it. One of your mastermind sisters might have another answer. And so it's important as you're doing business, as you're growing your business, to get other people's opinion who have a vested interest in your business, who have done similar things to what you're doing. It's not important to get people who do not have an online business's opinion in your business. They don't get it. They're not going to get it. It'd be like if your doctor asked you for medical advice. No, like your doctor's not going to ask you for medical advice. They're going to ask other doctors for medical advice, right? Same thing. You, as an online business owner, need to be asking advice not only from the facilitator, me, of the mastermind, but also your mastermind sisters. There's more than one way to do business. And yes, my point of view is totally valid. I can give you how to do certain things, but there's also other ways to do things, and they have another point of view on things. So it's important to get opinions of other people, and you're not going to get that with one-on-one coaching. Okay. So I truly, truly, truly believe that the mastermind style format is going to become the new one-on-one coaching. And so that's what we're doing here. Okay. So what can you expect from the mastermind? I myself am all about scaling and simplifying your business. Your business does not have to be hard. It does not have to be painful. It doesn't have to mean you work tons of hours. It just has to be strategic. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard or any of that. It just has to work. And it has to work really, really freaking well, quite honestly. So the mastermind has 3 pillars. And those 3 pillars are strategy, mindset, and community. Within those 3 pillars, I've developed and I'm going to be delivering content based on my signature legacy framework. So legacy is an acronym, okay? So the L is letting go. We're going to be talking about clarifying and simplifying your business. E, you're going to earn more. So we're going to talk about automation, and we're going to be talking about creating cash infusions in your business. G, gain influence. I want you to become the go-to expert in your field. Okay, so stepping into the role of an influencer through influencer marketing. A, you're going to ask for help. You're going to learn how to outsource in a way that doesn't cost a ton of money, or make you crazy. Okay, we're gonna help you do it successfully. And then from there, we're gonna help you scale that way. C is collaboration. I'm gonna be offering up ways for y'all to collaborate with one another. I'm gonna be offering up ways for y'all to collaborate with me. Because again, going back to your people, got to find your people. You have to be able to collaborate with people and to leverage other people's audiences to get them to become part of your audience. Okay. And then the why is you. We're going to work on your mindset. Your mindset will and can be the thing that holds you back. It can be the thing that decimates your business. You can have the fancy mastermind. You can have the fancy copywriting. You can have the fancy email funnel. But if your mindset sucks, you're going to self-sabotage in ways that you don't even know. You don't even know are possible. So we're going to work on your mindset. Okay, so another thing I hear a lot is, Allison, I'm in a mastermind with my peers. Like, I don't need to pay to be in a mastermind. And here's my thoughts on this. So there are masterminds you can put together with your peers. I am in one. But let's be honest, when you're not actually paying for something, you don't show up for it as fully committed as you should be. When you pay for something, you sure as heck are going to pay for it. And when that payment is maybe a little scary or super uncomfortable or absolutely terrifying, you're going to show up for it differently. I've been in numerous peer-based masterminds. They always start out strong, but after 3 or 4 months, they fizzle because you don't make it a priority because you're not actually paying for it. So my best friends in the online space, they're the ones I've paid for, which sounds kind of silly, but it's true. When you can come together and do the hard things in your business, unite under one common thread, you create bonds and you create them really quickly. My best business friend in the online space is from someone I met in 2016 in a group coaching program with Sarah King. It was that program that I used to help me take my business from part-time to full-time when I got laid off. That's the program I invested in. It was with Sarah King. It was called the Dream Builder. I just think the Dream Builder, something like that. Dream Builder Academy, maybe. It was with Sarah King when she was doing one-on-one coaching and building her business that way. And my best friend is from that. And, it's almost 3 years later, which is crazy to think about. But it's because of that group coaching program, I have that friend. And it's been over for years, but we still talk on a weekly basis, and it's because of that coaching program, okay? So you're going to find your best friends that are friends with you, of course, during the mastermind, but then also like after the mastermind. Like, that's what we want, right? So let's dive into the details. What do you actually get with the Legacy Mastermind? I'm going to check our chat to make sure you guys don't have any questions. Cool. Oh, hey, Jessica. Nice to see you. Okay, so let me pull my notes up here again. What tier? I'm recording. You can come down. I'm just recording. They're going to see you. Okay. So as I'm going through this, I want to tell you that if you can't do some of these things, it's not going to like make or break your experience. There are 2 in-person retreats, and if you can't make both of them or one of them, you're not going to, it's not that you're going to lose out on the mastermind, okay? I think a lot of times, I say all these things and people are like, nope, too much, can't do it. It's way too much. I can't make everything. I'm not going to be 100% invested. That's not true. Everything that I'm going to tell you about, these are different features that you can choose to plug into, that you can choose, yes, I want this. No, I don't really care about this. They're all going to help you move forward in your business, but some of them may not appeal to you whatsoever. So consider everything as like a bonus, okay? What truly matters are the calls. So let's get into that, okay? So first, you get 2 group coaching calls per month with everyone in the mastermind. So like the work that we can get done through a 15-minute hot seat in these calls is palpable. Like, we can get a lot of stuff done during these calls, okay? I try to leave you with actionable to-dos that you can go and implement that day or the next day to actually move you forward in that area that you need support in, okay? So you can get tons done in a 1-hour call with a group, okay? Second thing you get is one-on-one call with me per month. And again, this is the only way that I'm actively working with clients in 2019. So you and I will sit down for half an hour and we will talk nitty-gritty of your business, okay? We will get some serious stuff done. So those are the 2 call features, and those really are the most important. Third thing, you get 365 days of Voxer support. So Voxer is a walkie-talkie app. If you don't know what it is, you can send me a voice message. I'll send you a voice message back. We can talk back and forth throughout the day. It's really meant to be like immediate access to me. I want to make myself as accessible to you guys as possible because, again, the only way I'm working with clients in a live setting in 2019. So I want to be there for you, and I want to make sure that I'm supporting you in the best way possible. Fourth thing, monthly guest lifestyle experts. So as you're growing your business, there's other things that are going to come up, right? So maybe you're struggling with your home life, or maybe you're struggling with your mindset, or maybe you are having a little bit of a confidence issue. I have coaches who are going to help us with that. Okay. So as you grow and scale your business, things are going to crop up. So I have coaches that are going to come in and help us with those things. You also get a monthly book club meeting. I am big on personal development. I think that every single time I read a book, I just learn so much. And so I want to make it a priority in a kind of like a cultural thing within the Legacy Mastermind that we are learning constantly. And then the last thing you get, which I have never done before. I've never done this before. I have attended these things, but I've never hosted them. So I am ridiculously excited about these. We're going to do 2 in-person retreats. I'm thinking they're going to be in April and November. I could be wrong. It could change. Once everybody gets into the mastermind, I want to see like who's from where and how we can try to accommodate everybody. But that's what I'm thinking now. So I'm excited about that. I'm super excited. I'm going to host you guys. I'm going to spill the crap out of you, and we're going to get some serious work done in your business. And the work that we can get done in person as opposed to on the phone or on a live chat, it's just different. It really is. I think there's something really kind of magical that happens when you immerse yourself and actually physically surround yourself with really ambitious people. It's magnetic, right? It's magnetic. So the Legacy Mastermind is an investment. I look at it not, and this is how I view it, okay? And this is how I view investing in my business and how I want to encourage you to view investing in your business. So I don't want you to look at it as a debt. I want you to look at it as a revenue generating activity. Because of this investment, you are going to hit your first 6-figure year when you show up and you do the work. Right? So because of this, you have 6 figures. If you don't have this, are you going to hit 6 figures? Are you going to get the strategies, the support, the camaraderie, the community? Are you going to make that investment back? Or are you going to hit that? Are you going to hit that income goal? That's a conversation you need to have. So I have clients who get, and a lot of times, people say to me, Allison, am I going to make my money back? So here's my opinion on this. Here's how I view this. I'm going to show you the way. I have done it for myself multiple times. I can show you how to do it for yourself. What matters is you actually doing the work. So I've worked with clients who have gotten amazing results with me, who have left their 9-to-5s, who have had their first 10K month. And it's because they do the work, right? It's because they do the work. I've had clients who have done absolutely nothing with me. I've had clients who leave programs $10,000 in debt or $12,000 in debt, or whatever it is, because they don't do anything, right? They just sit there and like complain, and they make excuses, and they don't actually take action on anything. So the choice is you. The choice is up to you. Like, you can choose to do the work, and you can choose to create a 6-figure year, or you can choose not to, and that's fine too. It's a choice, right? But the mastermind is not. It's not debt. It's an investment in your revenue generating activities. Okay. But it is my promise to you to show up. It is my promise to give you the strategies you need and to help you shape your first 6-figure year through the Legacy Mastermind. I want to change your life, and I want you to change your life. I read the other day a quote that I thought was really interesting, that mom entrepreneurs give back to their family, their church, and their community 2 times more than men. Interesting, right? Your business can create this amazing ripple effect, and you can truly create an amazing legacy. Like, you can leave a legacy. And that for me is like, that's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's like, I'm done after that. Okay. So the Legacy Mastermind will do that for you. So I want to dive into some questions that were submitted earlier this week when I told you guys about this live Q&A. So, and if you guys have questions, put them in the comments, but I want to answer these first. Okay. One of the number one questions I get is, how do I get my husband on board with this? And I'm not here to bash your husband. I'm not like a magical, like, do this and your husband will automatically agree with everything you do. But I want to kind of challenge you here, okay? So if your husband isn't on board with your business, I would argue, correct me if I'm wrong, that maybe he does not see you treating your business like a business or making it a priority. He may see you scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on Facebook or, doing silly filtered Instagram stories or Snapchat or whatever. He doesn't see you taking it seriously. So when you come to him and you say, babe, I want to invest in this program, he's going to go, why? What's the point? Right? So you need to treat your business like a business. And another thing I think happens is we don't actually educate him on what it is, right? So in the online space, right, we're kind of in a little bit of a bubble. Your husband may not be in the online space. My husband is a pastor, okay? So when I tell him I want to invest in a program, he's like, what is it? I don't even understand. Why would they charge that much money for this thing that you're thinking about investing in? So part of it is educating him, right? And showing him, this is what I get. This is what I can do. This is their kind of promise or their goal. And if I invest this amount of money, like I can get this amount of money back. Like, and so part of it's educating him instead of just being like, hey, I want to invest in this program and it's money, right? He's going to be like, no, that's crazy. And I think another thing is when you guys have these conversations with your husbands is showing him the big vision, right? Showing him what you want and what this can do for you guys and what this can do for the world and what it can do for the causes. And instead of like approaching the conversation as asking for permission, I want you to sit down and like figure it out together. Have a conversation instead of you asking for permission and hoping that he says yes, right? Like that's the energy, like the level, like you're not equal in that conversation. He's like, you're like below it. Like, I don't know. It's just I feel like that's a weird, can I ask, can I do this? Like, it's weird, right? It doesn't make me feel good to talk about that. So I'm sure it doesn't make you feel good to approach him like that. So like figure out if you guys can make it work together, right? Have a conversation where you guys are equals. Another question, how do I make my money back? Okay, so I told you guys this. I will show up for you. I will help you to create your first 6-figure year. You have to do the work, okay? I can't do the work for you. I wish I could. Believe me, sometimes I wish I could just go into my clients' businesses and do all the things. I can't. It's up to you, okay? And I really view it as a responsibility. Like, it's my responsibility to make up this money because I invested in it. I said yes. It was my choice. It was my goal. And it's my responsibility to make it happen, okay? So I will show you the way, but it's your job to do the work, okay? And I can honestly say that sometimes the investment doesn't come back immediately. I've had coaching experiences in my own business where I didn't make the business back or didn't make the money back until like 3 months later, maybe. Or I didn't make it back for like 6 months. But when I did make it back, I was like, yes, it finally happened, right? But I can also say, like that program that I was talking about with Sarah King, the first one I invested in, it was $1,200. And it was a lot of money for me at the time. A lot of money. It's still a lot of money, right? It's $1,000. $1,200. And I knew I needed it, but I didn't have the money at the time. So I had literally no money. So I put it on a no interest credit card for 6 months. And that was my thing. I told myself, like, I will make this back because if I don't, that interest rate is going to be 24% per month. Like, so for 6 months, whatever that amount is, it's going to all accrue and be lumped onto that at the end. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to do that. So it was my job to make that happen. And I did it in 3 months, which was awesome, right? 3 months, made that investment back. And then from there, I was able to scale because I wasn't paying that debt back anymore. So it was a good investment for me. So that's how I view it. I view it as an opportunity instead of this like debt I'm going to be incurring. Okay. Another question. I'm already super busy. How will adding this free up my time? Such a good question. And I totally get it. We're all really busy, right? I know I have Nora upstairs napping. So I work like in the small pockets of time while she's napping and Camden's in school. And then it's a busy time of my life, right? And so you guys need to be in the same place. So if anything, like people like us who are legit busy, have a lot of things going on, you need to invest in something to help you get results faster. You don't have the luxury of time. Like you don't have time to waste trying out new strategies, hoping that it works, or living in your imposter mindset, or even being lonely, right? This investment will fast track your success. You'll see results a whole heck of a lot quicker than doing it on your own. I can go into your business and I can say, do this, do this, do this, get rid of this, emphasize this, take that out. That's silly. And you'll get results quicker. You don't have time. You don't have the luxury of time. Okay. So if anything, you need to invest if you're legit super busy. So that's all I have for you guys today. Let me see actually if anything in the chat. Rachel says, yes, that was my husband question. Okay, cool. Glad I answered that, Rachel. What else? So many comments here. Jennifer says, oh, Jennifer, you had the, what if I don't make my money back thing? Okay. Cool. It sounds like you guys have had all your questions answered. So if you have more, put them in the chat. I'm going to dive into some other things and then I'll come back to it. Okay. All right, so that's all I have for you. And so if you're like, yep, Allison, this sounds awesome. Thank you for doing this. This makes a lot of sense. I want you to go ahead and apply for the program. So it's just bit.ly/legacy fitting call. I will actually copy and paste this into the chat. Let me go ahead and do that. Again, bit.ly/legacy fitting, FITTING call. And that's how you're going to apply for the program. And that's how you're going to book a call with my team. Okay. So that is the actual application. So you're going to see a bunch of questions. When you hit submit, you'll get a scheduler, you'll book a time, and you'll hit submit. Okay. And you're going to get on the phone with one of my team members, and you guys are going to discuss if it's a good fit for you. Okay. It's not going to be a high pressured sales call. It's not even really a sales call. It's a chat. I wouldn't even call it a sales call. But it's just a call to determine if it's right for you. Okay. And I've already denied 5 people during this enrollment period. So we don't take everyone who applies. You have to actually be a good fit for it. I want to be super selective and make sure that everyone who enrolls is ideal. Okay. And again, on the call, you and my team member, whoever you get, will decide if the Legacy Mastermind is right for you based on your application. Okay. So something that I want to leave you with, actually, let me see if you have any questions in the chat. No. Okay, cool. So something I want to leave you with is, can you afford to wait a whole year until Legacy Mastermind enrollments opens again in 2019 or the end of 2019? Like, can you afford to wait? Is that something you can actually do? Like, can you actually do that? Can you afford to wait for your success? What if you stay exactly where you are now? What if nothing changes in your business for a whole year? Or even worse, what if you goes backwards? I've seen people do it. They start out, up here, and then they gradually just kind of slide backwards throughout the year. It's not a matter of when your success will find you. It's not a matter of when it will happen for you. It's a matter of creating it now, like creating your success now. And it's my point of view that there's absolutely no point in waiting around for your success. There's not. Your success can be created so much quicker than you think it can be. You can create success in January, right? You can create your first 10K month or your first 20K month. As far as I'm concerned, there's no point in waiting around for that. So if this is something that you want, enrollment is happening now and slots are going every single day. So it's important that you apply now, you get on the phone now so you can snag those spots. Okay. So again, it's, you're going to visit bit.ly/legacy fitting call. If you think that Legacy Mastermind is what you want to use to help to create your first 6-figure year in 2019. Okay. So let me know what questions you have. Feel free to message me basically anywhere. You can Facebook message me, Instagram message me, email me. You guys get all my emails. You get all my stuff. So feel free to send me a message wherever you find me. But really, like, the best way to fast track this is just for you to fill out an application and to get on the phone with one of my team members. But if you have questions, feel free to send me a message. Totally not opposed to that. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you inside of the mastermind. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. I'll talk with you later.